Right, in this video today is going to change your life for the better or make it worse. Either one.
Very optimistic.
May happen here. But we want to talk about a topic in this video here, which is, are you more suited to be in a relationship with a Western woman or with a Ukrainian woman? Because, we know that a lot of guys who are watching these videos kind of don't really know. They're trying to figure it out. And we talk to some of you guys when you book a coaching call with us, and we try and figure it out with you. And so, out of the couple of thousand people that will watch this video, most of the people are not going to contact us.
But I want to say that all of the thousands of calls, like all the calls that we had during these years, all these guys, unless there was a consultation exactly just about the dating and the guys dating Western women, they were saying, I don't want to date a woman in the West. And then we kind of understand, we always thought that we understand it by default, and we thought, okay, and maybe sometimes we would ask, why would you like to date Slavic woman, Ukrainian woman? He would say, oh, they're more traditional, they're these. And we were like, yeah, we understand. And then we keep going. Because we now understand that we probably had a little bit different vision of what the guys mean about traditional relationship and what we know, because we've been living in Ukraine, I'm Ukrainian, and sort of this, right?
Well, yeah, okay. So the first question you need to ask yourself, and we've tried to make this as simple as possible. So there's two categories, right? If you're a Western guy and you're at home and you're looking into this, you're looking online, don't do any online letter writing stuff online because it's all scams, okay? It is, why are you doing this? Now, option number one, because you're struggling to date in your Western country. You're struggling to meet women, or you can't find women that are interested in you. And that's a bit of a problem these days, because just Google this online, the epidemic of lonely men in the West. It's a real thing, and it's actually something that's quite sad because of what's happening. And a lot of men are checking out of the idea of marriage, kids, and even relationships altogether. And that's a real thing, and that is actually happening. So you have to ask yourself, is it because you're struggling and you can't meet women on Tinder or out and about? Maybe we just had a client sign up this week, and he was saying that his industry, which is aerospace engineering, they're all men. So where's he going to meet someone? And he's busy, he has his own company with all that sort of stuff. So where's he going to do that, right? So maybe that could be the case as well, is that you're just simply too busy to go out and find women, or women are not interested in you. You're just having a hard time dating, and it's been years and years and years, and life is getting on. So that's category number one. The second category is what most guys say, and that is that they don't like what's happening in the West with culture, with the dating culture, the way women have become more focused and fixated on work and less on family and having kids and that sort of thing. Basically feminism that has ruled the minds of these poor women into believing something that is not true, that they would be more fulfilled in life having a career as opposed to having a family. So, and you may feel as though in other cultures that is still prevalent, that there are still women that need men, and they expect a man to be a man and to lead in a relationship the way that it has been for so many years, up until the last 10, 15 years, 20 years, something like that. But in that culture, it is still something of a necessity for a woman to take you seriously, right? And you accept that, and you say, that is why I want to be in a relationship, because I want to be respected as a man in this relationship, to lead and to protect and to provide. Those are the two categories, okay? I want you to take a minute now to think which one of these two categories you're in. And that's not to say that you can't be in both. If we were to draw a Venn diagram, maybe it's a bit of this one and it's a bit of this one as well. But that's the most important thing you have to think about before you go out and do this. Because we have had, on occasion, not a lot, clients that have been from column 1 and they didn't understand what was in column 2 about this. Why would you be in a relationship with a woman from Eastern Europe? And that is to lead, and she's expecting that. And so when he came to date, he was dating like he was dating a Western woman, but he was basically substituting a Ukrainian woman, using a matchmaker to find him a Ukrainian woman to date, but then he was dating her like she was
as a Western woman.
And he was expecting her to pay for her own bus tickets, or pay for her own meal, or not, just basically being the chivalrous gentleman that she, at the very bare minimum on the first few dates, that he should be. And so, of course, was he successful? No, he actually became extremely frustrated, and he actually gave up when we tried to coach him on that.
So in this video, we decided to help you to understand what is more applicable for you, because we realize that guys are confused and they are expecting, there's two fallacies. Yeah, when it's not true.
Yeah.
So there's two. First that I figured out many years ago is that a lot of Western guys, they're coming to Ukraine and they're looking for the lady who is as submissive as a lady from Philippines, let's say, like as an Asian woman, but with the beauty of Ukrainians. And so they figured out as a hard way that it's way too different. Like Ukrainian ladies are not that submissive, and like you can't compare these two nationalities, I would say, right?
Yeah.
And now we meeting the point that guys say, "Oh, I'm just tired of the West." You know, Stryker, how it is. Like this is how the guys say that on the call, and yes, we do. But then we need to differentiate these differences to make you understand. Okay, do you really want traditional woman? Do you understand what? Full, like in a full picture, what does it mean? Not just the woman who is caring and loving, but also who is completely dependent on you. So I think that in this video, we want to discuss with you kind of advantages of dating a Western woman, advantages of dating Ukrainian woman, and also disadvantages, right? Like pros and cons in dating. I don't know if we can, with our organizational skills, like if we can really say one and another, but definitely let's speak about Western woman. Let's describe a relationship with a Western woman, right?
Okay, so a Western woman is expected to be independent, and you know that's been pushed into her, right? And I think that's a big mistake in the West, but it is what it is. They expect to bring 50-50 to the table, right? It's all about 50-50. It's all about equality, right? So she should be paying for herself, or at least sometimes paying for you. Now, how would that make you feel as a man? If you think that's the way that it should be, well then the Western woman is probably for you. Like, so if a woman says, you know, I'll pay for my half, would you feel comfortable with that? Would you feel as though you've spent time together on a date and you've actually done something to show a woman that you are there, you are the man, you are taking care of her. This is our interaction, but I've got everything. Don't worry about it.
Because let's make a parallel with Ukrainian woman. What would you get in the same situation with Ukrainian woman? So Western woman can pay for her stuff because she's living in the same country. We're talking about, I don't know, benefits or no, but like she's independent. She know how to drive the car. She speak better English and she can pay for her stuff, right? Now the same 3 points with the Ukrainian lady that is moving to your country, or you just start dating her, like, and you came to Europe, for example, to meet with her. Ukrainian lady is expecting her man to completely like not just support, it's not about support, it's like completely cover all the expenses, starting from a coffee, finishing with a bus ticket, with a taxi, with everything. So this is what is expected. You can say, oh, like, hell no, I don't want that, or something. But this is what is expected. This is the traditional mindset that even Ukrainian guys are providing to the woman. I'm not speaking about married couples that are married, like, and they are having same budget. We're talking about dating. We're talking about dating when the guy is buying flowers. It's very difficult. And I got it. Like, I got it. Like, I understand that it's very difficult and hard on the guys, especially who is not like maybe young guy who doesn't have a lot of money, like to pay for the restaurant, to pay for the flower, to pay for your taxi. And the guy may think, and what, she's just need to look beautiful? Yes, that is kind of a like joke around the internet that, you know, all she needs to do is just to come there, putting her makeup and borrowing dress from her friend, you know. We talk about these two parts. We talk about financial part, right? Now we will discuss more traditional part. But here is what you got. And you can't expect any different. You can't think, oh, it's okay if she will pay for her own coffee or something. No. If the Ukrainian lady see that she's doing that and you're not there for her as a man, like, even though you may not really like what I'm saying right now, but she will double think it. She will have a second thought about, are you that man who is like leader and provider? I will repeat again, all Ukrainian ladies are normal and they understand that when they are in a relationship and if she's working, she's also spending her money. She's also like, you have a family budget, that you're putting money together for the travel. We are talking now only about dating phase. We're talking about the phase when you just met and it's your first, second or third trip.
You know, I think that there's an important point there, which is that that's what a Ukrainian guy would do. And Luba's told me a story before about a Ukrainian guy who wanted to take you to the movies like years and years ago, and he didn't have any money, so he took some flowers, took some apples from an orchard and went and sold them at the side of the road, so they had enough money to pay for the ticket because they didn't want her to pay for it. And even though that was many, many years ago, it's still like a very good story there of like somebody that would go out and do that, not complain and go, can you pay for half, whatever. So when this whole indoctrination that's going on in the West has infiltrated Western women that they should pay for half, it's also seeped through into men that may not have strong core masculine values. And it seeps through into them where they think, yes, actually, okay, they should pay for half. But it's wrong, it's wrong. It's like the men should be going, no, we're paying for the movie ticket or for dinner or for flowers. We're doing that, but they're not. And a lot of men are sitting back and going, yeah, okay, that's the way that it is. Okay, well then that's the way that it is in the West. And you have to deal with it and you have to love it if you want to date.
So if you love it, then, 1 point to the Western woman. Now the second part that make it difficult for you to choose. So the second part that is guys are saying to us, I'm looking for a traditional woman who is caring and loving. So the difference between Western woman and Ukrainian woman over all the years of experience and visiting the West and talking to the guys who've been in a relationship is that Ukrainian lady, I don't know how magically, she can look good, she will still cook for you healthy, all the time you will be stuffed with borscht and all this Ukrainian stuff. Everything will be clean, all your clothes will be ironed, kids will be at school, everybody will be in after schooling, you will have a clean house, you will have a pet, everything would be like you want, right? Because a lot of guys say, I want a relationship like my grandparents have. She will not complain that, oh, I'm so tired, I need to clean and this, it's Shansen. This is the Ukrainian lady lifestyle. Yes, if we have some clients who are a little bit higher level and they just don't want their lady to clean, for example. So they hire some maid who is coming once a month and making the complete cleaning. Okay, no problem. And a lot of Ukrainian people, they also have helpers. If the lady is working, the guy is working, they want their place to be tight. They have a person who is coming, and it's very affordable in Ukraine. And they somebody's cleaning their apartment. And even here in Spain, Ukrainians who move here, and you may think, oh, they're refugees and stuff, but we discussed that many times. The people who moved, it's not just some homeless people. It's people who moved, they set up their life, they keep working, and so they're also hiring other Ukrainian ladies or anybody to clean. So that is normal. But the lady will always take care of you, and everything, her man, it's her project, she needs her man to look perfect. We have a saying Segolochki, it's from the needle, everything needs to be great. And she will tell you to go and shave, she will tell you to have a haircut, she will take care of you. And this is what our guys are looking for. What are Western women providing in this matter? I think that they more focus on themselves.
Well, I was just about to say a point here. So I believe that all women are geared towards having family and children. I think that it's in them. Their bodies function that way. Every month, depending on the age, they're dropping eggs so that they can be fertilized and grow. This is happening all of the time. They don't have to think about this. And society can't stop that from, of course they can take, contraceptive pills to stop stuff happening, but by nature, it is constantly happening. It's only society that is around them that forces them or strongly convinces them that they should focus on a career, that they should not worry about a man, and they don't need a man, and it should be 50-50 and equality and blah, 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 blah. That's society that did that, not her herself. She wasn't born that way. And until that happens in other countries where they say, yes, you don't need a man, you can stand on your own 2 feet, obviously there's going to be a lot more support there for that to happen, such as the government, services, welfare, whatever, stuff like that. But it's society that's telling them that. In Ukraine, no society has told them that at all. In fact, they tell them the opposite. Get married, have kids, find a man, be good to him, give him lots of sex, make him lots of food, keep him happy so he doesn't cheat, and enjoy your life. And that's how they grew up, to have that mentality.
But this is not just happening, not just because of the government, it's I think it's traditionally happened. It's grandparents and then mothers and to daughter. I'm saying that it is coming really, this is really traditional trait, because nowadays, some maybe ladies, they understand that, okay, the guy are clueless, I need to go and do it myself.
But that's easy to change. And I would say that it was going to change in the next 10, 15, 20 years when other things start. In many countries, it's kind of like a wave. It's like a wave of progression through these countries as the West kind of infiltrates through it. Eventually, at some point in time, maybe in 20, 30, 40 years, all of those countries, you can see Germany that are sort of getting there, in Poland and things like that, but not as much as the West, but not as far behind as Ukraine. They're sort of in the middle of the waves going down. And I think that's just the way that it's going to be. But at the moment, you still can find women especially women over the age of say 25. I'd say below that age, yeah, you know, things like social media and stuff like that have played some influence. We can't say that it hasn't. It certainly has. But does that still detract from the fact that she needs a man to take care of her in her life? Probably not, but maybe it just makes it a little less obvious, I think, with what ass pics and all that sort of thing. But I mean, there's many different reasons. We just want to say here, like at this point, if you're thinking about it, think about those two things, because we're saying this for a reason. Because we see and we talk to guys, we even had clients who never really thought about it. They just thought, hot blonde woman, yeah, easy peasy, I'll pay
just
Stryker and
the
Luba.
look. You know, they don't know
The look.
exactly, they don't
Yeah.
know the deepness of the process, and so they just think that Ukrainian ladies are hotter. They heard good stuff about them, and so they think I will go and do it, and then they unfortunately fuck it
Yeah.
up because they treat them like a Western woman, expecting that they would be that traditional caring, loving. And the biggest difference also is like that.
Can I just add something here, because it follows on with
Sure.
that part there?
Always.
And it's that you have to ask yourself, why is she thin and beautiful? Why does she keep herself
She
in
doesn't
check?
have money to eat.
Yeah, she doesn't have. She has to walk everywhere, so she's never gonna. She uses up all of her calories. But why does she look like that? And why don't they look like that in the West? The reason that she looks like that is because she wants to attract a man. What kind of a man does she want to attract? Not the kind of man that would be in the West that is expecting a Western woman who's slow, fat, and ugly and doesn't care about herself and can pay for half of the stuff herself. She doesn't want to attract that man who's in that circle. She wants to attract a man that's going to take care of her. That's why they stay thin and beautiful and feminine.
Very important thing that you need to remember. Yes, there's traditional, not traditional, westernized, not westernized, making money, not making money. One big difference that you need to understand, that if you're going to date a Ukrainian lady, you need to understand that at least for the very beginning, and like maybe as long as you want it, she will be very, very dependent on you. And it's because it's her nature to be dependent on a man. Like she's more, yes, the Ukrainian ladies are more submissive in a matter, not submissive, but they're more like they rely on men. They rely on men more than Western women, for example. And so that means that they are expecting from you a little bit more than a Western woman. You have to be extremely patient with them, because maybe she moved to a country and she doesn't speak that well of an English that she can tomorrow go to work. Her documents will take time. You know, it's all achievable, and our guys are extremely happy. We have a couple, one and Elena, that is like having their Instagram, and like every day they posting something and they talking about their challenges, and they're talking about like how they're overcoming that and language barrier and everything. But they enjoying that, or even through all of these difficulties, you know. But she will not know how to drive, and you need to really like either like have a lot of patience to learn her. It's not like a Western woman that you tell her, okay, let's meet in Wendy's, like whatever, or Tex-Mex and at 6 o'clock. No, you need to pick her up, or you need to take her. You need to make sure that she got there safe, or call taxi for her and pay for that taxi. So that is beautiful. And most of our clients, like 99% of our clients, get it, and it's exactly what they want. But ask yourself, is it what you want?
Yeah, and like as I said, you know, it is something that you really need to focus on. And we created an entire course around this, which is called Ascend. And so there's a link down below. Join that. Everything in there is everything that we talk about on, like we've condensed it down to be as simple to understand as possible. And if you are thinking about doing this, you should do Ascend. I mean, and there is a free course that you can do as well. You should do that before you even think about whether you're going to do it or whether you're not, because you might do Ascend and go, I didn't realize that I had to like have this mindset of actually taking care of a woman. I prefer to be with a Western woman where she takes care of herself. If you are not sure whether you want to do this or not, you should at least go and do it. It's not a huge course, but you will learn some things about what you need to think about, like about what you need to understand if you are going to date a woman from Ukraine, because there's no point spending all that money and all that time going and meeting a woman and still having the mentality of, I have to pay for her to come here. Do I have to pay for her food? That's not what I want. That's not what happens in the West. In the West, she would pay for it. And you would learn really fast, because if you get way down the track to the point of, in fact, you probably wouldn't even get down the track, because she would start to pick up that, hang on a second, this guy's not organizing anything for me. And then she has to ask herself, in fact, you probably have to ask yourself, you know, if you can't do that with a Ukrainian woman, what good are you to a Ukrainian woman? And that sounds really, really kind of horrible, but I see the comments down below and it's like, you know, these women are only after men with money. So that's not true. There's a lot of other traits that you must have, plus some money. But if that's all you're focusing on, it's like what exactly do you have to offer a woman? And that's really sad.
You know what is difficult for the guys?
What?
Everything. But difficult, one point. Ukrainian lady, will, like if she's not a scammer, and like especially at the beginning, she will never ask you like, oh, buy me a ticket. I mean, of course, we help our clients and we say, okay, you need to get her a ticket. You need to, like, she's coming from Ukraine to Poland to meet with you. But she will not say, Ukrainian ladies are still very proud, and she will be upset. She will probably not take you serious if you not do it, but she will not ask, and she will buy a ticket herself.
Which is actually a problem.
That is actually a problem, because for her it means immediately that you didn't even care, and you also, like, maybe you care but you didn't know that, right? So that is the difference. She thinks that you didn't care, you simply didn't know, and you think, why can't she ask? But one tip that I will give you, no matter you're using us, you're using, like, you're doing dating by yourself, she will not ask. She will not ask. So that's
and I'll just say here, anybody that thinks that they're going to ask for Gucci handbags and stuff like that, number one, you've either just been like doing this online dating, or you went to Odessa and you just got scammed and taken to the mall, if that's what happened, or you have zero experience and you've just sort of picked up this information online, because this never happens. We have such headaches because the guy doesn't think to buy something or do something, and she does it herself, and then there's this animosity that's building, and it's like, well, he didn't take care of me, and he's thinking, well, what did I do wrong? Oh, well, I mean, so what? This is a real problem. We never have problems with women asking for stuff. We have problems with them not asking for stuff.
But keeping it in mind and thinking like, you know, he was doing like that. And
what kind of a man is he?
There's many things, like, honestly, like this video because like sometimes there's some topics that really turn me on and I just can't stop.
Turn you on.
But this is something that you need to understand. Like, there's just a difference, and we're here for you to answer all of the questions. And if you need more in depth this video, like, we will do it next time. But just keep it in mind and decide what is best for you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.